YouTube has opened up the opportunity for anybody to become popular on the internet. YouTube has everything from funny pet videos to specific training techniques and the company's marketing. But just like other platforms, creators must know how the law works. For instance, whether you're making a video for YouTube, you have to make absolutely sure that the sound you're utilizing isn't copyright protected and that you don't use someone else's brand image by any chance. Let's rapidly talk about some basic legal things to consider when you're handling your content on YouTube. You must know that copyright infringement means if you make content on a different platform or just make content in general. Creators put a lot of effort and energy into their work, so you would not want somebody to use this without your approval. All of this is a part of property rights, so it's crucial to understand what you have to do about copyright. In general, you don't have to register copyright very often. This indicates that copyright will auto-safeguard what you make. This is excellent news for creators. However, it is more likely that someone will use someone else's content without permission. So it is your responsibility to make sure that what you produce and publish hasn't already been posted online. Stuff that you must verify twice is a song, picture, videos, or any symbols or brand names that you have used in your video. Under a license, you may be allowed to use another person's intellectual property in some situations. This is when someone tells you that you can use their IP in your content as long as you follow their rules. Here, an IP license agreement could be helpful. Let us assume you have a YouTube channel where you upload covers of popular songs that you sing, but if you want to use the music in your clip, you need to utilize the instrumental audio of the music. You reach out to a producer who made the flawless piece of music for you and request that you can use it on your YouTube clip. She says it's okay as long as you say in the video and the description that the music is hers and tag her YouTube account. This is a licensed use of someone else's intellectual property. In simple words, if you use somebody else's IP without their approval, you're violating their copyright. YouTube's copyright policy will be imposed if you do this. Fair use policy. You should also know about YouTube's fair use policy if you make videos for the site. This indicates you don't need approval to use copyrighted content for research, social commentary, creating content for the disabled, or giving sound legal advice. Underneath the Copyright Act of 1968, this is called fair dealing. Privacy. No matter what type of content you are making, privacy is a crucial aspect to think about. Creators of YouTube content should consider whether they are trying to film on private property or in a public area. You will need permission to do this on privately owned property. The Crimes Act of 1900 can be used to punish such a privacy breach. Another case in point is if you accidentally put a vehicle's number plate in your clip. This would violate privacy rules, so you should either get approval to include it in your clip or take that portion of the video out of the whole thing. Defamation. It's usual for individuals who create videos to give an opinion on the lifestyles or behavior of other people, especially public figures. But when does that start to hurt someone? Defamation is assumed if your content hurts somebody's public image by causing them to be shamed or prevented or treated with hostility, contempt, or mocking by the general public. Dishonest and deceptive conduct. If you offer a product or service, you should pay particular attention to consumer law. This part of the law says that sellers can't do anything that might confuse or trick buyers or viewers about a service or item in this particular instance. Sponsorships are common among people who make videos on YouTube, so this law is also valid there. This indicates that when you promote things, you should be cautious not to trick or misguide your audience regarding what you're publicizing or sponsoring. For instance, if you've agreed to review an item as part of a sponsorship, you should be fair and truthful. LLC. It would be best to consider establishing some business entity when you begin your YouTube channel. An LLC represents the most popular type of company. It would be better if you didn't begin your LLC before making at least sufficient money to cover the expenses of beginning one. It usually costs between a few hundred and a few $1,000s, but in certain states it can cost significantly more. But we recommend that you keep at least sufficient cash in the bank from your channel income to pay for the legal fees once you begin your LLC, only to make absolutely sure it's a good idea. If you aren't earning a profit, it's a favorite pastime, and you don't require a limited company for a recreational activity. Trademarks. When making content, you must always consider the best methods to safeguard your intellectual property online. Most individuals who create content will trademark their brand, so no one else can use it. If your trademark is already registered, you can use the Trademarks Act 1995 to protect it. It may be hard to tell if you've violated a registered trademark or not. For instance, you would intrude on a trademark if it is substantially identical to or confusingly comparable to a registered trademark. So whether you're making content for YouTube, you would like to make sure your logo or brand name isn't the same as somebody else's logo, whether they've registered it with the IP of your country. YouTube is widely used all over the world, therefore you may be cautious to know, if I register a trademark in my home nation, would this safeguard my IP worldwide as well? No, that's the most straightforward answer. The World Intellectual Property Organization has a separate system for registering a foreign trademark, so your YouTube content should be registered worldwide as a trademark. This can be hard to figure out because different countries have distinct rules and regulations about trademarks. Speaking to an IP lawyer about an international trademark consultation is an excellent idea. And you should contact YouTube right away if you believe someone is copying or stealing your content without asking you first or getting your approval. It would help if you use YouTube's Digital Millennium Copyright Act web form to ask the accused of stealing content to be deleted or taken offline. If this doesn't work, write a letter telling them to stop. The best method for figuring out whether someone is using your content without your permission is to use the Copyright Match tool on YouTube. The system looks for re-uploaded videos and lets you ask for them to be taken down. It's not unusual for creators to utilize other people's stuff like music, photos, or parts of someone else's video. If the owner permits you, this is okay, but if they wouldn't, they can initiate legal proceedings against you. We've talked about the most crucial pieces of protecting intellectual property, but what about any other general rules that pop up when people publish content on YouTube? The harassment and cyberbullying policy on YouTube states that individuals can insult others in a mean way. These can lead to terrible things like your content being deleted or your account being shut down. So YouTube is an excellent way to distribute valuable and original content, but it also carries a lot of obligations regarding IP protection and registration. Before you begin, you should learn about their policies and any laws and treaties that might actually impact your content. But if you want to be sure you're taking the appropriate steps, it's better to get assistance from a knowledgeable IP lawyer. That's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, please make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.